That's in progress. Start. Just start.
I am. We're gonna be right here.
Okay, here we go.
We gotta go right here.
What are you doing
We
now?
gotta go to.
Oh, we're supposed to be. We're there. We're there. We're
No,
there.
not first.
That's the mafia background. I have mafia people in my family. I also, although we weren't part of the mafia, we were associates.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, full-fledged.
was-
You had to be pure blood. You had to be Sicilian. From Sicily. Think I'm Sicilian? Nah, Napolitano. Maybe Sicilian. Was a boat ride. Take a boat ride from Sicily up to the mainland. Boat. You go up the boat, and all of a sudden you're in Napolitano. You get the sound music?
That's false.
But dun, 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 dun. It's just about English. Now, we never forget we come back.
All right, guys. So.
And Scotch English.
So.
That way I can be very
Take
sophisticated
this
at times.
off. I'm not here.
Oh my God, Superman.
And then I'm gonna put it on. I'm not here.
You're not here. Look at that. It's magic.
Magic.
Now, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
So we were seeing some fight yesterday, and I was like, forget about it. What's going on? This is a money maker, and I'm losing it. This is a gamble. Yo, get Tony. We gotta get him with the hammer. Bada bing, bada boom. Bam. Shot him. And
No, we can't kill the fighters. We can ruin their careers and their lives, but we can't kill the fighters. Now you're thinking old school. You're thinking 1940s where, accidents would happen.
yeah, but you see those guys in the back. That was my best friend back then. So I just.
What are you, 146 years old? What's going on here? Were you on?
No, I'm 375.
Oh, I didn't realize. I'm dealing with the undead.
Yes.
I'm dealing with the vampires.
So all I do is make a phone call and I tell them the name and the street and they got the rest. You know what I mean? It's mafia stuff. You know what I mean? Papanisce, Chutani.
Oh yeah, that's Sicilian.
I never show my face because
I
there's
got
always police in my area. So
I got something to tell you something. I want to break it to you something. Right now you're showing your face. What do you think? Those glasses change everything?
well,
Just means you have astigmatism.
no, I'm not who you think I am.
You know who I think you are?
No, you think I am. Now I am.
Oh, well, yes.
Not no more.
I mean, you to tell the difference in appearance.
Uh-huh.
It's startled. I'm startled.
See people wear mustache? I wear glasses.
It's only disappear.
All right.
You're a ghostly apparition. That's what they call you, an apparition.
There was a fight that was very interesting, guys. It was the Bruce Carrington versus Mateo Hader.
Oh,
What you think about that?
Bruce Carrington. Shushu Bruce.
Shushu Bruce.
And he was fighting. What's the guy? He's fighting again. It's an African guy.
Mateo Hader.
A man here who was a very tough guy. He was taking Bruce's best shots. Bruce couldn't take him out. And he was learning his own punches, but he was outgunned. He was outgunned by speed, power, and technique. But the announcers, I don't know what was going on in their head, because they didn't give this poor Namibian, that's where he's from, Namibia, where it's formerly South Africa, they didn't give him no credit for nothing. They didn't say he was even trying. I never saw so much bias in my life. I was getting sick to my stomach. My stomach was rumbling. It was rumbling, I tell you.
Well, all I know is that
I lost money on it because what I did was I bet money on the Nubian and I bet it on Carrington. The Carrington was the overwhelming favorite, so I made me $1 or $2. But when I bet the Nubian, I could have made $80.
So when we was watching the fight, he was taking so many chin hits and jaw hits and head spin, but he didn't fall.
He didn't fall.
He was like a brick wall, you know.
He just kept on this African kid. He just kept on coming. Because you know what he was fighting for? all of Namibia,
Oh,
his homeland, his pride. And these guys being so critical of him when he's trying his best makes me sick. Makes me, I get bile. I get bile in my belly from something like that. When a guy tries his best and he's just outclassed, but he never gave up. Was never even close to being flawed.
that's why that was a good fight because people were expecting him to go down with a knockout.
They were saying 5 rounds.
5 rounds, they were saying.
I should have bet going the distance. But I didn't do it because everybody said, "Oh, Shushu's gonna shoo him away," and I fell for it.
Right.
I should have bet. I should have bet that way. See my bookie? He doesn't know. He's my bookie, and he knows. He has a criminal attitude. He knows. He's a Dominican. Oh.
It went 12 rounds. No one expected it. But towards the 12th round, it was hard for him to catch up.
No, he was way behind.
He was way behind, but he tried though. That's why he got all the credit.
That little Namibian, he kept going.
And everybody and the talker was all talking about Bruce and not the other guy.
Oh, yeah, they didn't give him anything.
He didn't give him credit for holding on for 12 rounds.
Right. It was wrong. Because these guys, they're too opinionated. They go in there with a bias in the beginning towards the house fighter, and sometimes they favor their own African American situation. They don't favor the African from Africa. What kind of stuff is that? Makes me. You know what I'm gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Yeah, I hit my hand down.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
All right.
How you disappeared on?
There was another fight.
No, it's another fight.
It was really good.
That was a good fight.
It was George Garcia versus Sander Sahara.
What's that? Point it out.
George.
Jose or the George Garcia against Xander Zaire. Now I was honestly wrong.
Okay.
I thought that George would outclass Xander.
What?
Because I thought so. Because you know why? Because he had beaten this black guy. The black guy was a pressure fighter, Joe Frazier type, Olympian, and Jose. Is it Jose in the American? He said Jose beat the guy handily, and I'll fight for him at every turn. It was him fighting inside and outside. But Xander took the safety route and tried to box him and totally unboxed. He was too fast. He was one step ahead. It was very frustrating because I have to admit, sometimes Nostradamus gets it wrong.
Yeah, but it was a good fight.
It was a good fight.
And it looked like Xander was watching all his videos.
Yeah.
That's the only way he could have beat him because the way he was going at him, George was getting tired.
He was getting tired.
It was like he couldn't get hit.
Because he was swinging. He was swinging each try.
Swinging again.
Now, this time they gave George a credit. But I tell you, the Namibian, he was more competitive than George.
Oh.
George, it was a better fight. But they kept on saying, well, George is trying his best. George is this, George is that. But they said he was being outclassed, which he was.
Right.
I have to say, but you know what? I don't know if this Xander is that good. Because he's going to fight this Irish kid pretty soon. Because it's going to be a big garden fight.
And 8 months, I think.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah. He's going to fight this Irish kid. This Irish kid has a big Irish following. Sanders has a big Puerto Rican following. It'll be an old-fashioned ethnic battle. But the Irish kid has a big punch.
Right.
See, the thing is, and he'll land. He's fast. He's good technique. So this is going to be very interesting. And then I'm going to invite, my ethnic loyalties, the Irish, because I don't got no Puerto Rican blood in me. I've been around. You think it would rub off on me? You think I would know Puerto Rican?
Well, I came from Spaniards.
Yeah, now
Spaniards and Italians. And Frenchies.
Yeah, and Frenchies.
So you better be careful. We related to all the Spaniards and stuff. They give us a lot of credit and a lot of respect. That's why they left my country. They say, we respect you. So we give you your own land and left.
They left. You know why? because these guys were too big a pain in the ass. You know, you don't want to have a country there, right? You got these hot-blooded Dominicans all over the place, and they got the land, and then they had a war. They were occupied by the Haitians. The Haitians! What the hell's going on here? Getting the crap beat out of you by Haitians. And then they kept on going back between Spain and the liberation and the Haitians. But you know, if you look at the country, Haiti looks like something got out of like a horror movie. But Dominican Republic is a beautiful place. The beautiful place. You know what it is?
Well,
A beautiful place.
What a beautiful place.
But why it's wasted on Dominicans, I don't know. You know, when I was in my youth, I thought everybody in this neighborhood was Puerto Rican.
Oh.
Then I realized that we had a Dominican contingent. See, I dated a Puerto Rican girl.
Right.
And I mentioned the Dominican people. Well, she went into a rage. She said, Dominicans, they're always doing something wrong. And they blame us Puerto Ricans. But it's not us, it's the Dominicans. Well, eventually I broke up with her because she wouldn't do the hoopy doop in time. So I went out with this Dominican girl. I said, oh, I mentioned the Puerto Ricans. You know what she said? Puerto Ricans, they're always doing something wrong. And we're getting blamed for it. Well, you know, I felt good. Because I was picked on by the Hispanic community as a child. And I said, Ma, the heat's off. Not that I'm a racist. I have a bad point. No, what? What are you watching? No.
So, what do you think about that? 15-minute round knockout by this fighter who just came in the ring and just blew him out.
He blew him out in the 15 round.
I didn't even expect it. I thought it was gonna be like at least 6-7 rounds.
Right, he just went in there.
He just went in there. I forgot what his name. You remember his name?
I don't remember because I was a sleeping boy. You know, sometimes I get a sleeping sickness. I try to wake up. I try to stay up for the fights all on the weekend. And I've watched 24 hours of boxing.
But you did you win for him or you went against him?
Oh, I think I went for him. I don't know if I had a bet on him because I bet on not as many fights as I usually do. And what I did was I bet $100, and I won like 8 of the 9 fights, but the big one I lost, and I lost $15. Only $15 because I usually make a profit or I break even or I lose just a little bit.
Right.
You can a sandwich would cost you more than $15. Some people say, "Hey, Vinny, it's $15." So a friend of mine, it doesn't.
It's $15.
Paulie said, I said, Paulie, don't count my money. Don't count my money, Paulie.
Oh, Paulie, don't look at the money.
You counted my money?
Don't look at the money.
Don't look at the money.
Don't look at the money.
Do I count your money?
Don't look at the money.
I don't do that.
When I'm doing business,
What?
Paulie, I told you.
Don't count my money.
When I do business, stay outside.
You know what they would do in Vegas if you counted somebody's money like that? I hate to think about it.
Oh, no.
I hate to think about what could happen.
Oh.
But I'm not like that because
I'm just saying back then, we used to put them in, throw them in the back. Throw them in the back. And you know what happens? What happens goes in the back.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to go in the back.
In the back.
See, you say you want to go, hey,
they rough them up a little, then I'm like, Paulie, I told you. But
shut your mouth.
I told you, you got boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom, boom, boom, boom. And sometimes by mistake you
put them in the car.
Put them in the car, put them in the trunk.
Drop them somewhere.
Hey, like New Jersey.
That's it.
You know what, New Jersey is a graveyard. It's a graveyard for a certain amount of people.
Now, how do you think how gambling came in? When they gambled, you lost the money, and that guy disappeared.
Guy disappeared.
Okay.
But you gotta be careful when you deal with the organization.
The only problem is it was hard for him to not escape because the guy he was gambling with knew the whole area.
That's true. They know their area. They know their neighborhood.
He's in the SOS. Tommy Estefan.
Estefan.
Tommy Estefan. SOS. And when they see it and they see him, they don't say nothing. They like fish store, 7 block, and guess who come right after he finished buying his fish?
That's the phone.
The big boss.
The big boss.
The one he gambled the money and left.
That's why how they relax.
That's how they got him.
You go on the sea, they wait for the fish to come out,
Yeah.
and you eat them.
He'd do a SOS with his name, and when they did send him text messages, and once he finished,
SOS. You know what that is? You know what the SOS means?
what that means?
That means help me. Help
Yes.
me.
That's what I mean. SOS.
That's SOS.
He sent an SOS with his name.
He says SOS.
And they don't stop him. They don't do nothing. They let him be. And when Tommy knows what it is,
Tommy would know.
he said, "Get in the car. We gotta go."
And
And then once he got there, he's coming out of the first door. He's like, "Oh, what I got myself into."
oh yeah, he's gonna sleep with the fishes. That's what happens. That's why I never fished. I didn't trust him. You were gonna go. Da, na, 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 na. Na, 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 no, no, nee, nee, nee. La 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 la. La 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 la. Da 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 da. What's that?
So, guys, so in the news, they were talking about justice blinded for the Bidens.
Blindness. The criminal justice system was blind. They didn't see what this man was doing. You know what he would do? I'll explain to you how he got the kickbacks. What would happen is Joe Biden would go, hey, I need some money. So I'm sending a crackhead kid out to make a deal. Using taxpayers' money, he gives them $1 billion. Then he gets a kickback through his kid to the Biden crime family. That's how he did it. And all of a sudden, Biden's not a rich man. All of a sudden, he's a rich man.
Wow.
His family has distributed through dummy banks to the whole Biden family, kids and everybody.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, you know what this Biden did, the son?
What
You
he
want a man who's not a man?
What he did?
I'll tell you what he did. First off, his brother dies, right? Okay. So what he does is he goes after the widow. The widow.
No.
And he gets her on crack. He gets his widow, his son, his brother who died of cancer, and he makes her a crackhead.
Oh no.
And then he's going to our prostitutes left and right. Left and right. He's doing that with the prostitutes, making his teeth bad. And then he goes, hey, I got a secretary. She's a dancer. She's a, and he impregnates her. And you know what he does?
What he does?
He don't want to acknowledge the kid.
Wow.
So the kid's not acknowledged, and he fights him, and he doesn't want to do any alimony.
Wow.
Now, and I know you have a limited morality, but that's scumbag.
That's a little wrong.
That's a little wrong in society.
You don't have to deal with the woman, but you could deal with your son.
The little girl. It's a little girl.
You could deal with her. You don't have to deal with the mother, but he did her wrong.
Did her wrong. And then Biden's uncle, the scumbag, the kid garbage. He doesn't acknowledge the little girl either. He says, I only have 6 granddaughters. And he doesn't even put the little sock. He could acknowledge that, the Bidens are evil. And usually you don't speak ill of the dead. Almost, well, they have dead.
Wow.
And God's punished him. You know what happened with the Bidens? I'm going to tell you something about it. You know how you have a dog that takes after you, right?
Yeah.
You have a dog. The Biden's dog bit everybody. The CIA, the security, the gardeners. Yeah, and he would go in with a dog that was normal, and the dog would go crazy because he was around so much evil. Crackheads and dogs, I had a cat. A cat was a lovely cat. He loved people because I love people, basically. I had a dog, and the same difference. But the Bidens, vicious people.
Vicious. Oh.
And you know what they did?
What did they do?
I'm going to tell you something. They found this, the laptop, right? The laptop.
Yeah.
And the laptop had Biden with his horse doing the crack. And you know what Biden said? They said it was a CIA plot.
Wow.
And it wasn't. They said, and then the Bidens were so with Obama
Yeah.
and the Bidens, they're gonna undermine the president, Mr. Trump. And they said it was a Russian, well, he was a Russian agent, and he wasn't. It was all the thing hatched by evil Hillary Clinton.
Evil.
Evil, Daddy. And you know, the Russians would have preferred Hillary to become president because she's a head case. She never gets off a period. She's on a period constantly. She's crazy. She's bipolar. She's violent with her husband because her husband is a whore.
Wow.
You didn't notice, did you?
Nope.
You think?
Talk about it.
Oh no, well they
keep
it's in
it
all
up.
the newspapers, but it's not in the newspapers. You read them.
Yeah.
That's why. And you know what he said?
Wait.
You know what Biden said? He said that crack is more healthier to do than liquor.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was having an interview for an hour and a half, and he's saying he's under drugs again, of course. Biden's. Yeah, you know the fruit doesn't fall from the tree. That's a biblical thing. You know what? The dirty fruit that comes from a dirty tree will give you dirt.
Wow.
I never heard of such scumbaggy stuff. Excuse me for using the scumbag word, but it's appropriate for the situation.
You're right. You're right.
The man knows Democrats.
You Trump you Biden. Ooh,
What are you doing?
ooh, you Trumpy. You Biden. You Biden. I got something for you, Biden.
I tell you, you know what? The Bidens are Machiavellian, only
I
less
got something
stupid.
for you.
And they were covered by the media, the Marxist media. They said, why would the media do this? They're rich people. They should be this crazy because with a devil worshipping occult organization. Ah, that's right. And what they want to do is make this Caligula sport. You know what happened to the Democrats?
What happened?
You know where they do the meetings where they find out if somebody's Supreme Court justice?
What did they do?
They had homosexual sex and they filmed it in the court where they're going to make the judges these gay guys. That's how confident they felt they were.
Wow.
And you know what the transgendies did?
What did they?
They were on the White House lawn. One pulls down her blouse and shows her boobies, her fake boobies, because she's not a real girl, and wiggles them around. What kind of excuse my language? What kind of thing is going on here? If that's out in the open, what kind of Caligula thing is going on? It's Caligula. They want to make this decadent room. It's the worst.
It's the worst, guys.
It's the worst. I'm a sweetheart. It breaks my heart to see what almost happened in this country. We're fighting back. Transgendies are not going to get away with this.
Nope.
The gay mafia is not going to get away with this.
Nope.
You know what they want to do? Yeah, it's frightening. They want, without your permission, you have 2 kids, right? Right. They want to say they're going to brainwash a kid to not know it's gender. And then once the kid goes, hey, I want to be a boy, I want to be a girl, whatever. They take, without your permission, cross state lines and make them a girl.
What? No.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
No.
That's happening now. It's
No.
happening in California. It's happening in Seattle.
No, that's not. They can't do that.
Hey, they did it.
There's rules on that, man.
Well, now the Trumpy's going against it because Trumpy is with God, and God don't like this. You know, usually God lets people fight among themselves.
Right.
You don't interfere. But when you go after the kids, God gets mad. And you know what happens when God gets mad?
What?
You have the God of wrath. Old Testament God, the guy that was with Moses. He drowns people. Sometimes innocent people, but he feels, I'll put them in heaven. And the rest, what's going to happen? Now, I'm not saying everybody who got an abortion is going to burn in hell.
Right.
But they have to be sad about it.
Right.
They have to, lament, because you know what you're doing when you have an abortion?
Yeah.
You are keeping the consciousness of the universe from going in the universe.
That's true.
You're changing your life.
Right.
Now, say you didn't have kids, right?
Right.
Now, sooner or later, you're gonna figure out you're a short man who can't play basketball. But if you have kids, they'll always love you if you're a good father. And you are a good father when you wake up. He sleeps like a dog. It's like being with a dead person in the morning. He's a zombie. I think the Haitians put him under a spell. Oh, he's like this, and I'm like this. The two of us. I say, you gotta hook me up here.
Right.
I'm helpless, and I'm a cripple.
Right.
Look at me. I'm shrinking.
Shrinking, guys. He's shrinking.
My shoulders used to be wide. Now a 12-year-old girl and a weak 12-year-old girl, I have the strength of. Makes me sad. But I'm gonna get a lot of operations. I'll be back in the saddle again.
Right.
I'll be able to go up steps. I'll be able to fend this guy off. It's gonna be on this.
All right. So what do you guys think about Press? Press booked a reveal on Oprah.
Oh, you know what Oprah did?
Tell me,
That-
what's that about?
That thing.
What's that about? Talk to me.
I'll tell you what she did. You know how she was supposed to do Harris, right? She's supposed to endorse her, right?
Right.
They're supposed to do a free show in which she would endorse everybody. You know what she did? She charged $1 million with her company to endorse Harris. In other words, false pretenses. And she didn't really care about Harris, and she's being paid. Payola, you're not supposed to be able to pay somebody off to endorse you. It's against the rules. It's against aesthetic. And Al Sharpton, he got a kickback too. He got millions of dollars from making interviews. He's not supposed to do that. And if you do that, everybody's supposed to know it. And you know what Oprah did? Remember when Hawaii first burned down? She bought a whole bunch of property. Did she give it to the people? No. She gave it to herself. And those people who had their houses burned down, they were off the grid. These are phony balonies. You know who's not a phony baloney? Tunnel of the Towers. They give them money to help the veterans. And no bullshit about it. Excuse my language.
Sure.
I try to keep civil. When you're dealing with evil, pure evil, you don't know how. You get raged. I get raged. Were you watching your baseball? I know nothing about baseball.
No.
Football, I don't understand it. How does a slow game like that become the national best? The guys are not even in shape. They're not even athletes. They got a little pudge. I got a little pudge. You might say, hey, what are you looking at talking about? If I ain't trying to play baseball, I ain't having millions of dollars.
Right.
How's this soda doing? He's doing better.
Yeah.
They took this poor Puerto Rican boy, oh no, Dominican. Well, what's the difference?
Right.
And they put him in there, and they paid $5 million to speak with him. Well, it turns out the guy couldn't play that well. So much pressure. Dominicans crack under pressure. Yeah, I see this guy crack every day. He disappeared on me. Now, the world's coming to a place.
Right.
This is nuts and nuts. See, when these guys did the mafia thing, see with the little hats,
Right.
there was a much quieter time. It made sense.
Right.
And they don't make no sense no more. One day, when Trump becomes your way, everything's gonna be fine.
So yesterday, the Dominican parade, there was a shootout.
Of course.
Right? That's not nothing new. But supposedly, they discovered there was 3 dead bodies.
3 dead bodies.
And supposedly, they was walking in the wrong neighborhood after the gunshot, and 3 dead body dies, and 2 more died. I think 2 blocks down. I don't know what they're gonna do now, but
You can't even go to the Dominican parade. Now the Dominicans have nice parades, the sexy women, the men are having Trump, but they're very hot-blooded people. and
Right.
it's bound to be a shootout. It's bound. It's bound.
This is the reason why a lot of people don't go to the Dominicans or Puerto Rican parade.
They're afraid. What if they say the wrong thing? What if they bump into somebody? What if some young Turk?
Back then we used to go and go home.
Yeah,
But now we gotta just worry about we get home safe or not.
that's right. You got to acknowledge these things, because then you can go, "Hey, wait, what's going on in my community? The
Right.
community's having problems." You don't acknowledge this has happened. Does it happen to the Italians? No. Mass sporadically, people get beat up, but they're not shot. You know why?
Right.
Because da. Somebody does that, they break the rules. They break the rules. Exactly. But it literally is getting smaller and smaller. It's becoming a little small island. Pretty soon it'll be 2 restaurants. They're going after Chinatown too. Ah, you don't think so? You think Chinatown's expanding? No. These rotten students, these commie students are buying up everything and they're gonna turn Chinatown into non-Chinatown. Makes me mad.
Horrible.
I'm an old New Yorker.
Right.
How old do you think I am?
Look like 34.
There you go.
Oh.
And that's not with the magic of the internet. I really look like this. Maybe a little more tired.
All right.
But because I don't get enough rest. So I'm constantly fighting the good fight.
So one of the the coaches from the American football is fighting cancer and just find out.
Oh no.
And he's all over the news saying he gave the audience asked, do you have anything to say to the community? And he said, get checked. So all the football players. Because what's going on is that with all these hits that they're getting hit in the game, it causes damage.
Brain cancer?
Brain damage and movement turning into cancer. So this coach is playing this year, but it could be his last year as well. So that he's saying, everybody, get checked, because this is very dangerous, this sport.
See, I'm going to tell you about
And American football is very dangerous.
It's very dangerous. They hit you and they're rattling there. And the guys hitting you are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then they rough each other up. It's a very tough sport. And they deserve a compensation. When they retire, they need more minutes. Because they made the sacrifice for our entertainment. Not my entertainment, because I'm not a football fan.
Right.
You got the helmets on. I want to see your face.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to see what the person looks like. I'm going to tell you a story about football.
Oh.
They have, believe it or not, the lingerie league. That's now this is a whole strategy where athletic women, strippers, bodybuilders, wrestlers and boxers. They go out into the field and they're big, powerful women. It's 160 and 175 pounds.
Well, they can play though.
But they can play.
But who's focused on the game when you seeing them play football, huh?
Who could focus with a jumping around there? And yeah, I met one of them once. She was in it, and she, you know what she did?
What she did?
She hit me with her shoulder, and she was sexy and she was beautiful. You know why?
What?
She was an athlete.
Oh.
But you can't. But it was acknowledged that she was a woman. You in the whole league if you have guys going there and they're playing football with the girls. Not they can't. You know what they had years ago? This is before you die.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of middle-aged men, right?
Yeah.
And they played against the girls' football team. Men our age or older.
Right.
And the old men won, but barely. The girls were pretty tough. But you can't have your mixed gender. You can't coerce. It has to be voluntary. If you want to fight a man, yes. But the government shouldn't go, hey, you gotta. And you're gonna lose your scholarship. That's all you know what you would have to do to get a scholarship?
What you gotta do?
You lose all the weight, put on a dress, shave off the mustache, and you didn't have to do that at this point. And there you go, you could say you could beat up a girl.
Wow.
Would you do that?
No.
No, because you're a man of honor.
Right.
You know, even though he holds me prisoner here, he's still a man of honor.
Right.
Da, 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 da. La 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 la. I think we did enough.
Yeah, but one more thing before we.
One more thing.
So they saying that United States is got hostage for the little kid starvation.
Ah,
But is it true?
well, I'm gonna tell
The
you.
outstate is saying we are not starving them. But they're saying
We are starving.
we are starving them.
No, we're only ones who will feed them. Let me tell you.
The people they're doing a little get together a band saying starvation, stop the dog.
They are stubborn. But let me explain it.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Let me explain it. Which
Trump is saying it's not.
what is happening is people in Gaza are starving, right?
Right.
But they're not starving because the Israelis and the Americans are not feeding them. No, we're trying to feed them, but the Gazans, the Hamas is taking all the food, and they're making it look like they're starving. All those guys could get a refugee out there. They're using them as human shields.
Oh.
They're using them as human shields. And they are using and the Israelis are very attached to their dead because of religious and because of ethnic reasons. So they want those bodies back. There are only about 10 hostages left alive, you know. But the Israelis want those bodies back, and they try to make commando things to rescue them and all that stuff. But it's not the Americans who are starving. It's not genocide. The Hamas wants to do genocide against the Israelis. When they say the River Sea, you know what that means?
What that means?
That means no Jews in Palestine. Clear them out. Clear the Jewish state out. Now let me tell you something. Those are tough Jews. They got missiles. They got atomic weapons. They almost blew up single-handedly Iran. They wouldn't let the Iranians have the atomic bomb. If one atomic bomb hits Israel, it's over. So,
right.
It's a little country. So, but that's why we just got to kill the Hamas. But you know, they say, well, this Hamas is the most evil organization in the world today. Bar none.
Okay.
They're eviler than Putin and his crew. They're even eviler than the Red Chinese. They are hiding behind women and children and starving them to death, starving their own people. You see, I'll make the analogy.
Makes sense.
You held hostage some people, right? You're not feeding them, they're holding back, and I'm supposed to get past you to rescue the hostage or rescue your own people. Well, I'm not just responsible that you're not feeding those people, that you're taking the food for yourself to build your little underground things. And the Israelis are going to try to kill every Hamas guy there. They're going to try to break their will. But there's a problem here. Because as these people starve, a new generation of Palestinians will hate the Israelis. See, it's a secular thing. What has to happen is a miracle. Do you believe in God?
Yes.
I believe in God too, and I think it's going to be a miracle.
Okay.
I think something's going to happen. Something
Okay.
divine. Right now, Mr. Trump is the war, the God of man. He's the man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Trump. He is marching down Pennsylvania Avenue on a white horse. I hope he doesn't break that horse's back because it's kind of heavy. Our Trump is marching on. Glory, glory, Donald Trump. Glory, glory, Donald Trump. Glory, glory, Donald Trump. His truth is marching on.
All right. So one more story and then we call it quit. All right, guys?
Okay.
Yeah. So All right. Last story of the day. Tell me about the evil woman. That's it.
Everybody has an evil woman in their lives.
All right.
A woman whose job is to get your confidence.
Right. No, we're not saying names.
No confidence.
Mr. Maggie, Mr. Tent, or Steph, or Mr. McGeegee.
That's not her name, but she knows who she is. Evil. They bust your bubble. You live in your little bubble, and they get into your bubble. They want your bubble.
Are we not saying names?
No, I didn't say.
I'm saying name is Steph, or Brian, or Mrs. Whitney, or Miss Caramel, or Pinky.
But you know who I met? 2 evil women. One was a Latin beauty. One was a cold woman of whiteness. Whiter skin than alabaster skin. Evil as can be.
Turkey skin.
Turkey skin. She had the skin of a ripe turkey. And the other one was Latino. They know who they are, and one day the forces of karma will come upon them, and they will fear the wrath of God.
But you know the good thing about this?
What's the good thing?
That he learned a lesson from this evil woman.
Which
will be not named Mrs. Stephanie or Korea or Asia or whatever your name is.
Her name is none of those, but she knows who she is. And one day
broke her heart.
Broke my heart. One day evil will be taken care of. One day their karma will keep up with them, or generations of their children. Who knows? Who knows where the shadow will come? But they will pay the price for their sins if my name isn't Vincent. Gotcha. Glory, glory, vengeance is a finer thing. One day I'll have it, it makes me live, you see. I live in the harmony with my hate, yes sirree. One day I'll get it even.
We're not saying nothing. Because we're not saying your name. You're gonna learn. Because I got to give it a rap pass, right? Ready? No TVs. Yeah, lady.